room tonight.
Well, in this fantasy that he's going to get it all back in the debates against someone.
You have insanity in my earpiece.
I think it's something Republicans are rising to.
Stop the hammering. Stop the hammering out there. Who's got a hammer? Where is it?
If he wins it,
where's the hammer? Is it on the, go up on the other floor. Somebody go up there and stop the hammering.
The polarized electorate. Where
stop the hammering. Call fucking Phil Griffin. I don't care who the fuck you have to call. Stop the hammering. CNN is already owned by a right-wing Trump supporter and has compromised itself accordingly. The firing started right away in that new regime. That's why Jim Acosta is no longer there and others are no longer there. And everyone who remains has become much more careful in anything they might even think of saying about Donald Trump. And now CNN eagerly pays a Trump supporter to lie on CNN every day and night for Donald Trump. CNN did this during the first Trump presidential campaign and presidency. CNN regularly paid Trump supporters to lie about Trump on CNN, but the CNN regime then realized that was a mistake. And they stopped doing it. They stopped paying for lies. But then CNN got a new head. The head of CNN for the last 3 years, hired by the Trump-supporting owner and operator of CNN, is an Englishman who thinks paying Scott Jennings to lie about Donald Trump is money very well spent. Scott Jennings, who used to be an aide to Senator Mitch McConnell, was not always a rabid, lying Trump supporter. When he first started appearing on television, he was capable of criticizing some of the more extreme Trump positions, but Scott Jennings figured out where the money is and how he could get his own podcast and decided to become the J.D. Vance of CNN. And here is the single goofiest thing ever said by anyone in charge of CNN in that network's history. The lost in America Englishman who heads CNN said, quote, "Scott's like D'Artagnan. He's got his sword out, and he's got about 4 Democrats against him, but he spiked them all off. That's much more like it, I think. He's a worthy opponent, as it were, for the Democrats in the room. And it makes not just good television, but also for in some ways, a slightly deeper testing of the ideas all the way around the table. Good television." Here's how bad that television is that they make over there. The show that Scott Jennings frequents the most is on opposite this program. And that show, on a good night, gets half of the audience of this show. This program usually has an audience triple the size of the terrible, terrible television that Scott Jennings is delivering on the absurdly degraded version of CNN presided over by the man who thinks lying for Donald Trump on TV is an honorable pursuit and should be paid for by CNN. Scott's like D'Artagnan, he says. It just fucking sucks. It fucking sucks to be out here. Who's asking for a Labor Day rundown in my ear? Who's got a hammer? Where is it? Any fucking thing can come into my ear at any moment. You have insanity in my ear. Stop the hammering. Stop the hammering out there. Anybody can get into my fucking ear at any time. Stop the hammering. Fucking out of control shit. Someone in that control room is out of control. Fucking guests' faces coming up in the middle of a fucking script. Jesus Christ. Stop the hammering. Stop the hammering. Where's the hammer? Is it on the, go up on the other floor. Somebody go up there and stop the hammering.
There's this lunatic on MSNBC at 10 o'clock every night named Lawrence O'Donnell. And I had sort of forgotten that he was a thing, but I guess he still has a show. And he went crazy on yours truly the other night. Hollywood Sean, turn on the lunatic.
And now CNN eagerly pays a Trump supporter to lie on CNN every day and night for Donald Trump. CNN did this during the first Trump presidential campaign and presidency. CNN regularly paid Trump supporters to lie about Trump on CNN, but the CNN regime then realized that was a mistake.
Lie? Someone at MSNBC is accusing someone else of lying from that propaganda outfit over there. They're accusing me or anyone else of lying. Outrageous. By the way, the head of CNN is a guy named Mark Thompson. He's an American citizen. I'm not sure what Lawrence O'Donnell was implying by calling him an Englishman, but Mark Thompson is an American citizen. He is from Britain, but he's an American citizen. Here is Lawrence O'Donnell's real problem. He's irrelevant. Nobody likes his show. I was looking at some information. You know, he's on at 10 o'clock Eastern at night. He's up against Abby Phillip, Newsnight with Abby Phillip, where I appear on a regular basis. I was looking at the last month, the month of October. They have this thing in television called the demo. The demo is short for advertising demographic, advertising demo. People ages 25 to 54, they pay attention to those numbers because that's the people who are most likely to buy something they see in advertising. The advertising demo is a number TV people track. Well, in the month of October, I'm sorry to report to Mr. O'Donnell, Abby Phillip was kicking his rear end by 30%. On a nightly basis, 30% more people watching in the advertising demo than Lawrence O'Donnell. Can you imagine having a television show on a network and you spend your precious time on that network complaining about what someone else is doing on another network? That's how much pressure Lawrence O'Donnell is under. He's a failed media personality. Nobody cares what he thinks. His show is failing. Abby Phillip and CNN are kicking his rear end on a nightly basis. And so he goes on TV under all this pressure and has a psychotic episode and starts complaining about Mark Thompson and me. You're a failure, Lawrence O'Donnell. And we all know why you're complaining. Because you're losing both in terms of the ad demo and also in terms of relevance.
That's all for today. Thank you. If you want global news to keep you up to date on any new developments, please subscribe our channel and forward our content with your friends on social media and email. Thank you very much for keep supporting me. Stay safe, be blessed. Namaste.
Thank you, God bless you, and God bless America.